Jeremy Thatcher crumpled his paper in disgust. The dragon he had been trying to draw looked like a dog with wings.
"Be right back,"
he whispered to his friend Specimen. But as he started toward the paper cupboard, a sharp voice asked,
"Something wrong, Mr. Thatcher?"
Jeremy froze. One of the problems with having Mr. Kravitz for art was that you never knew when it was safe to get a fresh sheet of paper. Clearly this wasn't one of those days. The tall, pudgy teacher lumbered over to stand in front of Jeremy.
"Didn't you hear the school board has frozen spending? That means no new paper orders for the rest of the year. So tell me, is another sheet of paper needed because that drawing was so bad? Or because your talent is so important?"
Mr. Kravitz gave Jeremy a smug, nasty smile and waited for him to answer. Jeremy hesitated. He wanted to say that his talent was that important, but he knew that answer would only bring more scorn. He decided to say nothing. After a moment of uncomfortable silence, he turned and shambled back to his seat. As Jeremy slid into his chair, Specimen pointed to a square of lavender paper tucked under the corner of Jeremy's books.
"From Mary Lou Hutton. Special delivery."
Jeremy resisted the urge to reach out and grab the note.
No sense in giving Mr. Kravitz something else to complain about. But what am I supposed to do now? My paper is gone, Mr. Kravitz won't let me get more, and I've got 15 minutes to go before art is over.
His eyes drifted back to the note. He found himself reaching toward the paper. Quickly he drew his hand back.
Where's Mr. Kravitz?
Looking around, Jeremy spotted the art teacher bending over Jim Megan's desk.
Probably telling him in detail what's wrong with his picture,
thought Jeremy. Pretending to look at something else, he tugged the lavender square from its hiding place, unfolded it, and began to read. Before Jeremy could finish, Mr. Kravitz came up and snatched the note from his fingers.
"Well, Mr. Thatcher, I see you've forgotten my feeling about notes in the classroom."
Jeremy's cheeks began to burn.
Give it back!
"I'm afraid I can't do that. It's against my rules. However, since you didn't have a chance to read it to yourself, I will read it aloud for you, before I destroy it."
Don't!
But Mr. Kravitz had begun.
"Dear Jeremy, I think you are incredibly cute, even if you are the shortest boy in the 6th grade. I am going to kiss you after school today, if it's the last thing I ever do."
Mr. Kravitz paused, then said,
"Oh, yes, there's a P.S. According to this, you have beautiful eyes."
The classroom rocked with laughter. Jeremy closed his beautiful eyes, his face so hot that even the tips of his ears were burning. Mr. Kravitz folded the note and tucked it into his pocket.
"No need to embarrass the person who wrote this by reading her signature. Let's just remember that notes are not appreciated in this classroom."
The injustice made Jeremy's head spin. For trying to read a note someone else had given him, he was made to suffer complete humiliation. Yet the person who sent the note was getting off with only a warning. What was going on here? It didn't take him long to figure out the answer. Mary Lou's father was on the school board, so Mr. Kravitz wasn't going to embarrass her. Jeremy quivered with the unfairness of it.
It stinks.
He said to Specimen that afternoon.
Stinks, stinks, stinks.
I agree.
Said Specimen, pushing up his thick glasses with a long, grubby forefinger.
But then everyone knows Kravitz hates you.
All I ever wanted to be is an artist, and the only teacher who's ever really disliked me is my art teacher. I want to know why.
Forget it. Just be glad he isn't judging the art contest.
Jeremy nodded. He and Spess had been trying to win the spring art contest for years. First prize was the chance to paint the main window of Zambrino's department store. Jeremy believed he had had the best entry for the last 2 years. He hadn't won, though, because top spot traditionally went to a 6th grader, whether or not they actually had the best work. Now he was a 6th grader, so this should be his year. He was the best artist in the school, and everyone except Mr. Kravitz knew it. The only person who might possibly beat him was Specimen, and they had already decided that whichever one of them won, the other would help with the painting. However, that didn't take care of his current problem. The fact that everyone in 6th grade knew Mr. Kravitz was a creep had done nothing to protect Jeremy from the teasing that followed the public reading of Mary Lou's love note. Specimen was the only one who'd shown him any sympathy. The other boys, particularly Howard Morton and Freddy the Frog Killer, had harassed him unmercifully. Not that that was anything new.
Maybe you should just tell everyone who sent the note.
Are you out of your mind?
Before his friend could answer, Jeremy's stomach lurched with fear.
Spess! It's Mary Lou! She's heading this way!
How did she find us? I thought we did a brilliant job sneaking away after school.
Jeremy didn't have time to worry about Mary Lou's tracking abilities.
Just hold her off,
he said desperately. Without waiting for an answer, he sprinted away.
Jeremy Thatcher!
Cried Mary Lou.
You get back here!
Howard Morton and Freddy the Frog Killer were lingering at the end of the block.
Hey, lover boy!
Called Howard.
What's the matter? Don't you want your kissy poo?
Shut up, fathead!
Yelled Jeremy as he raced past. He regretted the words immediately.
Come on, Freddy! Let's hold the shrimp down so we can get his kiss.
Whooping with delight, they joined the chase.